patience and being flexible. First time doing this, first time for everything, and just gotta wing it sometimes. Okay. I just want to share this really quick. I'm looking for it on your profile.
It's gonna be on the picture over here. Just click on
Oh,
the
there we
picture.
go. Okay, perfect. Part 2 of CF Connect.
By the way, I've never really, well, maybe once. I've never interviewed. I'm always interviewing. So like my heart is starting to pop, pump a little bit over here. I'm always on
Alright.
the hot, putting people in the hot seat.
Okay, I gotta share one more thing.
Say what? ClickFunnels Connect.
Okay, almost done. Just sharing in the Facebook group really quick. Okay. Posting. All right, now we're good. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, we are back to ClickFunnels Connect in Clearwater. We still have our amazing studio audience here. They've been super patient. They've been asking really good questions behind the scenes, and you guys are just going to have to go to a ClickFunnels Connect in your city to be able to have moments and experiences like this with super awesome people. So right now I have my friend Jetro here. Jet,
What's going on? Let's go.
This is his studio, and I absolutely love and adore him. He's so amazing, and I love how passionate he is about helping other people win. That is a big thing that we've been talking about in the ClickFunnels community, and what we've been talking about even today. So what I wanted to talk about was, when I'm building out funnels for people, of course, we like to have graphics on there, but a big part of it too is also video. Oftentimes, like, if you want to do a VSL funnel, or even like a challenge funnel, or you're selling anything, it's important to have a really nice video on there. Now, of course, if you're short on time, you got to get something done quick, you can also use your phone, but then like check out a studio like this, an experience like this. So I thought it'd be super cool to have him kind of share a little bit more about what he's doing, why he's doing what he's doing, and maybe he give you some tips as well. He actually works with many 2 Comma Club award-winning people in the community. So I think that this is a really cool chance for you to kind of share what's going on. So introduce yourself, and then fill us in. Tell us the secrets.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Jet. Typically go by Story Seller Jet, but it's such a pleasure having you in the studio.
Aww.
This has been so fantastic. This has been something that I've been wanting to do for the longest, like creating a space where people can come, share their knowledge, and like impact others. All the great things that you have been sharing earlier, I'm sitting in the back over here, I'm like, wow, this is incredible. I didn't know ClickFunnels can do that. So fantastic. So thank you for coming here and sharing your knowledge. And thank you also for everybody in the public here to coming here and be part of the kickoff and the very first time that we've done this.
We're gonna do more of them.
Yeah, yeah. For me, the space we created it to give people an opportunity to come and utilize it to be able to make money and helping other people. I'm really big about helping other people, like using that, like. As you mentioned earlier, we've worked with some really great people in the funnel space, including Brian Delaney. He has shot some of his stuff here, and some of his clients, we partner with him and do some videos for him. But for me, I'm kind of like a ClickFunnels newbie, and I'm kind of like a sponge. Like the very first thing I read Russell's book. And like talking about his journey, about how like he got into it, and just like getting all those like magazines and other things, like so fantastic. So once I read his book, that was me. Like I was like couldn't put it down. It was just so fantastic. So I'm very passionate about storytelling and video production and doing all of that. And once I learned about all of the things that you can do with it, I wanted to create that space where people can come and film their content over here. So the 3 focuses that we have here is people, to come to film their courses, to come and film their funnel videos, and also to create tons of social media content. We have 5 different rooms where people can come and do all of that as well. But creating a really beautiful background and creating some really beautiful work as well, and that has been truly a passion. But you mentioned earlier about some tips that I've
Mhm.
noticed that people that I've come here to shoot their phono videos. So one of the things that is mentioned that are working really well is creating different buckets of videos.
Mhm.
So a lot of people, when they are like launching their funnels, like they start with the ads, like to drive people to the VSL or the other things like that. One way that some people are using it is to create three buckets before the actual ad, that really will drive people to the page that you have. The very first one is problem solution videos. So this is not intended to really sell people, to basically drive them to the landing page. Is to build that affinity, that like relationship with them. So you create finding like 10, 15 different problems that they be facing, and provide like 3 to 5 solutions of like things that they can do. And then the second bucket is philosophy video. So finding about like maybe 5 to 10 different things that you truly believe in, that really speaks to the product that you're offering, and creating those ads
Mhm.
for them. Philosophy video. The third bucket is day in the life. Kind of, you're taking people behind the scenes of like, here's like, for me, for example, if I was creating a day in the life, I can kind of film some stuff while I'm filming with a client over here, saying, here, here's kind of what it would look like to kind of do work here, while kind of providing like tips and tricks for them to going through that process. And the fourth bucket is the actual ad,
Mhm.
that um, the actual ad that will drive people to all of that. All the other ones you can do soft call and doing all
Mhm.
of the other stuff, but the strategy for that is, if you were doing it as a Facebook ads or things like that, you can set it up in a way where people, to see the philosophy video, they have to watch 50% of the problem solution video. For them to see the day in the life, they have to watch 50% of the philosophy video.
Okay.
And then by the end, when they get to the ads, that they become very warm.
Mhm.
They already like believe in you because you're providing so much solution to their problems. They connect with you because now they know like what your daily life kind of look like,
Mhm.
or your philosophy. So you kind of building that affinity before actually doing like those hard cold, like sell
Yeah.
ads that you need. So this is something that a lot of people have been doing to
Mhm.
kind of really promote their courses right before like selling people into like going to their VSL.
I love that. This is such a core thing to, I think, like growing your personal brand. A lot of times when I also teach on funnels, like people will ask me, like, well, what, we even had a question here, like, what's the difference between like a good funnel and bad funnel and all that stuff. And often what I've noticed too is like people who have a personal brand, have an established brand, they share behind the scenes, they're sharing their life, they're really sharing more of their heart. I find that the engagement is higher, that they have the like a better type of lead coming in, and it does convert a bit better, like showing yourself on camera, and like just people need to see people, and they need to like get your vibe and your energy and your personality and whatnot. And so even as you were talking through that, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense, because like anytime I'll post like a video or like a photo like behind the scenes, like here's me and my dog, it's like very random stuff, engagement spikes up like a crazy amount, so I like that strategy, and like having them watch a certain thing, and then when they get to 50%, like they would go to the other, like online, almost, it's almost like gamifying it in a
Yeah.
way.
And also, I think that kind of makes it like the way that you set it up for Facebook to kind of
Mhm.
decrease, because like when you're putting the ads and you're telling Facebook, hey, this is like I'm trying to get leads, I'm trying to
Mhm.
convert. Obviously, those are more expensive. But if you
Yeah.
were doing like regular things, like to your point, also you can use all of these as part of your feed too. You don't need to
Mhm.
turn them into ads. Like you
Yeah.
can create a bunch of problem solution video to attract people, to
Mhm.
build that that affinity with them over time.
Yeah.
And also, Russell talks a lot about the attractive character.
Mm-hmm.
I said every time I say character, I just like notice my sexy accent, but um, the attractive character. So like taking a bunch of information from your past and like things that people can really connect with,
Yeah.
and taking all of that and infuse that in your overall storytelling as it relates to your videos that you're creating is fantastic, because that is one key thing that is helping your videos convert, because when people watch it, um, they can see themselves in that video, and that would increase their engagement and also their conversion, um, uh, for sure. So like
Yeah.
one other thing that I created a video a couple days ago that I posted, that I was just kind of wanted to see how that would be. The way that I started the video was, did you know that I repeated the fourth grade? I did.
Uh-huh.
And kind of there is a business lesson behind that, but the people that are watching them now knows me better.
Mm-hmm.
Like they learn about the whole idea was around focus.
Okay.
So now, like by posting a bunch of these types of videos, they know me personally, and then when they're ready to buy, now they're not buying from somebody that they don't know at all.
Yeah.
They're buying from a friend, somebody that they trust, over time, because you posting a ton of those types of videos.
Yeah. I love that. I have a love-hate relationship with AI. And I've been seeing a lot of people that are doing like the AI avatars of themselves. And sure that works, but I love getting to know somebody over time, and really like I love that you use that hook, like, oh, did you know that I had I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty cool to like invite people into your story, invite people into your life, and bring them on the journey. And that is important to say. Like, you guys can use this on like just your normal feeds. It doesn't have to everything doesn't have to be an ad all the time. You can put on your feeds, your TikToks, your YouTubes, Reels, whatever it is. So
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. And Russell also talks about that too, hook story offer.
Uh-huh.
So you don't just use like hook story offer in the funnels. You
Yeah.
can
Doing
use
a video.
hook story offer. The hook
Mhm.
is like, did you know that I repeated the fourth grade? And
Yeah.
then now I tell the story
Mhm.
about why that was, and why that pertains to them as it relates
Yeah.
to their business.
Mhm.
And then I think my offer was like joining my Facebook group or something like that for more
Yeah.
content like this.
That's so
So
cool.
like hook story offer.
Yeah, I love that. That's so helpful. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you so much for sharing the space. This was super, super helpful, really cool. And I don't know how much longer I'll be in Clearwater. I'm in the process of trying to go to California. So I am going to do one of these over in Orange County whenever I make it there. But I'm probably going to hand the mantle off to you, and you could keep doing ClickFunnel events over
It would be
here.
so fantastic. I just love. I mean, I just love ClickFunnels and all the other things like this. And you when you came in earlier, we were talking with some of the people in here, and I showed you the goosebumps that I had in my
Yeah.
arm. Like literally, it's my favorite thing, being around other people. Like, and we created an awesome event with Kate. She's in the audience right now. A couple weeks ago too. We have the space. Why not creating some awesome events and stuff
Mhm.
like that to, build that community here.
Yeah.
So definitely would love to continue doing something like this for sure.
Awesome. We'll definitely do it again. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, we're gonna take another little break, and then we'll be back to do a few more Q&A. And then Russell has a new thing that you may or may not have heard of. So I'm gonna give you guys a behind the scenes look at that here in a little bit.
Yeah. So if you're watching, don't go anywhere. We're just gonna put like a quick slide. We'll be back. We'll be back.
We'll be
We'll be
back.
back shortly. Let's go.
All righty, thank you. Yay.
How did I do?
Is Philip still here? Did he leave? I was gonna. I know he had affiliate. Oh, he hasn't left it. Oh, his backpack is there.
Who's
Okay,
that?
Philip. No, because I know he had questions with the. Oh, okay. Oh, bummer. Okay, I'll reach out to him. He. Okay. Yeah, I'll message him. He drove up from Fort Myers, so I wanted to help him out with this stuff. I'll send him a message. I'll hook him up. I don't know if anyone is gonna. Does anyone want to be on
Do
camera?
on camera and ask questions.
I love how you're like, yes.
So for anybody that has questions, just come to the mic over here. So
Yeah.
we have audio for it. So just walk in front of here, not so close over there. Not yet. Oh, you want to go right now? Test it. No, go ahead. I was gonna sit back from back here. Oh, I see. I'll go this way. So that way it doesn't like change the focus for the video. So walk in front and behind. Yeah, you can walk in front. Because I'm just gonna switch it over there, which is fine. For whenever you are done.
It is, yeah. It's always so cool doing this. And then I could probably and then if no one else has questions, I could just go back to your question that you gave with Yogi and I. Cool.
I don't look as cool as you, but I think you think the same thing about me.
Fine.
It's all good.
All right, let's rock. Let's rock.
So wait, am I?
Oh yeah, and I'll have you introduce yourself.
So I'm gonna ask the question.
Yeah.
All right. So she touched on one question, but I'll ask it in a different way.
Okay, yeah. If you want to ask it again, yeah, that's fine.
Because I had 2 questions wrote down when we took the first break.
Okay.
All right, ready to go? You ready?
All right, let's do this.
Make sure the mic is
Oh.
up a little bit. I think let me make sure that this is.
Oh, no. Just slowly dropping down. Let's do this. All right, we are back to ClickFunnels Connect in Clearwater. All right, so now this is the part we're going to do some live Q&A. If you guys are watching and want to ask a question in the comments, I might be able to see them over here and I might be able to address them. But we did get some good questions like in studio earlier off camera that I might go ahead and revisit. But let's introduce yourself. And what is your question?
All right. So my name is Travis. I'm also from this local area. This is definitely a field I'm going to be getting into. So I do have 2 questions. And so one of them is most funnels are built for quick wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are some tips that we can give everybody or help me understand as well that are going to get to be more effective as it runs longer rather than just dies out?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, that's a really good one. So typically, like when we are building out our funnels, and you're right, most people do it really fast because they just want to generate leads really quickly, or they just want to make money really quickly, and then they're like, oh, my funnel isn't converting, or oh, it's not doing too well. And there are a lot of different variables to it, right? There is the audience that you're targeting, that there's the ads that you're running, there's the hook, the story, the offer. There's all these different pieces to it. But once you do have it live, if it is converting, yeah, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's not like absolutely amazing. Maybe you're like, I feel like I could do a little bit better. We love to split test. That's always like a really big thing, especially if you know that this is something that you could like see long term, maybe like swapping out bonuses. And this also is really dependent on the type of funnel that you're doing as well. But split testing is going to be a big thing. And, I kind of showed briefly earlier, like if you have your page that is doing decent, you can click to do a split test. You can clone that exact page. And then I always start from like, the top down. And I always start with like the messaging first. We swap out headlines. We test out the headlines first. I will sometimes do like image versus video. I typically save the design stuff for the end because most of the time people are landing on your funnel and they're landing on that top spot right there. And that's where you're getting most of the attention. And that's where you'll probably have most of the conversions too. So we like to take a look at maybe every 1,000 views to see like how the numbers are. Are they improving? Are they not improving? And so, long story short, like for longevity, we like to split test to see what's working and just try to improve on it. And then if we want to try a completely different hook, completely different message, we'll do that as well. So, Pedro is a really good example of this. Like he was running all these challenges and now he's kind of going into what we're calling like Kingdom Wealth. And for a while, he was running a challenge called the 8-18 challenge, which we're actually doing next week. Then the funnel was working well, but we were like, well, like, what else could we try? What else could we do? So then we rebranded it to the Power to Get Wealth, and it did okay. And now we're like, well, let's go back to, we know the 8-18 one did well. Like the numbers were looking good. It seemed to resonate with more people. So now we're going back to the 8-18 challenge. So you have to like test these things and take notes as well. Like I think a lot of people forget to do that. A lot of people just like have their funnel, they make the edits to that funnel, and then they just keep revising it. We like to like clone the funnels. Right. So we always have a backup of it. ClickFunnels naturally also does save like your pages that you design, but we like to keep stuff separated. We like to clone pages, split test pages. So hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit of like insight with what I would do is like, just get it out there first off. I mean, that's a big thing, yep. Some people wait to like get their funnels launched. Like even for me personally, like I have designed so many funnels for so many amazing people. And now I'm like, oh, I gotta get my own funnels up, So like first, like it's a big move to get your own thing started to begin with. And then once it's up, you start getting traffic to it, whether it's organic or paid, and just kind of keep an eye on the numbers and see like, okay, is this doing well? Maybe it should be a little bit higher. And if you guys have any questions on like the numbers, you get ChatGPT. You could always ask ChatGPT, and that most of the time it will help give you like, for a webinar, this is what you should expect with organic, and here's what you can expect for paid. But that is a really good way to just kind of see if it's working or not, is taking a look step by step and seeing how people are landing on it, how people are interacting with it. Another pro tip for you guys is as you're building out your funnels, there is a software called Microsoft Clarity. You can install it for free on your funnel. This isn't built into ClickFunnels yet. This is a request. We have requested this, but you can install something called Microsoft Clarity for free on your funnels, and it will do like heat maps and like screen recordings, so you can see how people are interacting and see like how it's working. So get the funnel up there to begin with, try it out, see if it's hitting or not hitting with your audience, and then you can decide if you want to pivot or if you want to split test and keep it going. And then you could always make smaller tweaks along the way. So we have a client right now. I've been working with them for like over a year on their challenge funnel, and it's a 6-figure challenge every single time they run it. But over the last few months, the numbers have been a little lower. And so like, we know that it works. So now it's like, okay, we want to keep this working, but now we have to like figure out like, okay, is it time for us to change the messaging? Is it time for us to change the story? So a lot of this is also, you kind of got to take it day by day, month by month. Yeah.
So you mentioned split testing, and I love that because I use split testing just theories in everyday scenarios, not just for this stuff, right? So like when I ask a question, I like to have them similar to see how the answer changes just like psychologically, right?
Yeah.
So my second question is, we talk about success for your funnel, and there's going to be the CTR, and they, I know a lot of people say like anything above 1 is good, 1 to 3 is great, and then there are those like wild anomalies where you're going to get to like 6, 7, and 8. Like some of those are just crazy, right?
It's crazy,
unheard of. They're not a lot, but when you got them, they're winners, right? So reversing that and going backwards. So how do you diagnose when a funnel's weak performance is a traffic problem or a conversion problem? And then what would be the quickest lever to pull for each scenario?
Ooh, that's good. So I don't do a lot of traffic stuff. This would be good for you. If you want to come up here, go for it. I work with somebody on Pedro's team who does all the ad stuff. So when we notice like the conversions are really low, her and I work together where it's like, okay, is it the ads? Like what is, what are the numbers on the ads, the click-through rate on the ads, like lead costs, all that sort of stuff. So we tend to look at the traffic and ads first and see how those numbers are doing. And then we'll decide like, okay, do we need to do different graphics, do different videos, different hooks? So we always start there, and then we'll go to the funnel. If the ads numbers are looking good, for example, this one challenge client that I had, the ad numbers were actually looking great, but the funnel was not converting. And I'm like, oh man, now this is my problem, like, and I got to figure this out. So I like to start there and then go to the funnel and then figure out, okay, hook, like Russell says, hook, story, offer. It more than likely most of the time is the messaging. Every so often it could be a funnel issue. Like I've had people come to me and they're like, oh, can you do an audit on my funnel? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'll look at their funnel and like their CTA button isn't working. It's not clicking anywhere. I'm like, well, no wonder why you're not converting anything. It's because like your button isn't working on here, And so just going through everything and checking everything, making sure it's all working, it's all functional. I often have also done audits where it looks amazing on desktop, but on mobile, that's where they forget to, I've made the mistake too, like where I'll forget to link something on there. And it's like, well, that could be also why it's not converting, is because functionality wise, it's not good. But we always look at that. And then also the messaging is the other really big thing.
All right, perfect. I appreciate you answering my questions. And I think it's been a great help. I think a lot of the people listening and watching got some good value from that, because someone who's a beginner, you got people that have followed you for a while now, and I guarantee you they know a lot more than I do. But those are 2 key points for me. So I appreciate you answering that.
Yeah, great questions. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Cool. Sweet. I don't know if anyone else has any other questions. I don't know if anybody is watching and has questions.
I'll ask my second question.
Yay! What?
Yeah, Matcha's coming.
Matcha's coming. This is Matcha. All right,
Okay.
so introduce yourself.
I'm Kate. I help real estate investors launch coaching companies organically without paid ads.
Nice.
So this is going to go into my question. So now that I understand the power behind funnels, what's the best way to have a funnel convert? Like, do you need to do paid ads? Do you need to buy data and do you blast it out through an email list? Do I post it on Facebook?
Yeah, like what do you do?
What do you do?
Yeah, I'm an organic girly too. I love like organic sort of stuff. Majority of the people that I work with do run ads. And I mean, it really is depending on, like, I work with some people that they have a strong following. And so like they don't do a ton of ads. They just promote it on their social media primarily. Like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it may be. And they just have like, they're very intentional with like the through line of like when they're scheduling it, the story that they're telling, putting the link in the comments or having people DM them, doing the ManyChat automation sort of stuff. So, you know, like I've seen funnels convert both ways. I've seen them convert with organic and I've totally seen them convert with paid. For people that don't necessarily have the audience, if you have the budget, go the paid route. Like, and you want to find someone who really knows what they're doing. I have worked with some ads teams that have been great. I've been worked with some ads teams that haven't been great. So that's always kind of like a tough thing, is like finding the right fit. But I mean, they'll convert either way if you do organic or if you do paid. It really is depending on like your following, where you're at, your personal brand. And then also like if you are doing mostly organic, like how's your engagement right now? Like, is it really good, or you know, do you want to try to maybe throw some money at ads and see if it increases? And what we do a lot of detail and tracking for Pedro's stuff. So like, we use a tool called Commently. I have another client that uses a tool called Secmetrics. But in the past, what we used to do, if anyone is like on a bootstrap budget, create your landing page that, you know, you love, you're like, this is great. And then you could always clone that and have one link that you send to your organic traffic. And then you can have one link that you send to your paid traffic. So you could kind of keep an eye and see like, okay, is the organic doing better? Is the paid doing better? And then you can split test those like respective sort of things.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank
That's
you.
a good question right there. Yeah, that was really good. Awesome. Any other questions? Y'all good? All right, cool. Well, if you guys ever have any other questions, let me, oh, cool. Thank you for posting it over there in the chat. So guys, there's all sorts of different funnels that you could create. You know, you've got lead magnet funnels, you've got VSL funnels, you got webinar funnels, challenge funnels, event funnels, membership funnels, book funnels. I mean, the list could keep on going. And I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed with, oh my gosh, I don't know what type of funnel I should do or use. Like, excuse me, that's the whole point of having like such an amazing community on Facebook in the ClickFunnels Facebook group. So if any of you guys are really stuck and you're like, I know I want to use ClickFunnels, I know I want to create my very first funnel, but I don't know what to do. You're here in the group probably watching this already, or you're probably on my feed, or you're probably on jet speed on one of these feeds. Get into that Facebook group and just start asking questions. The team is very active in there. And they really like, I love and adore the ClickFunnels team. They're so amazing. Like when they came to me and they're like, hey, you want to be an investor? I was like, yes, this is an easy yes for me, because they genuinely love everybody that they serve, and they really do want to sit with you and help you figure this out, and they want to see you win, and they want to get you connected to other people. So if you're feeling stuck at all, like, don't be afraid to go in the group and share your story, share where you're at, share what you need help with, and then we can also go in there and advise and help guide you to the right direction. So last thing that we're going to do, and then we're going to wrap up because we're a bit over time here for ClickFunnels Connecting Clearwater, but it's been a really, 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 really good day. I'm absolutely loving this. I hope everyone else has been loving it too. Russell is going to announce OfferLab pretty soon. So this isn't really a big surprise, because if you guys were at Funnel Hacking Live, when was that? Was that in February? I think it was in February. Yeah, in Vegas. I'm like, wow, I can't believe that was earlier this year. They announced this there, and this was a big announcement there, but I feel like people didn't really understand how big of a deal this was. This is why I was hoping Philip was still here, because I'm like, oh, he would love this. So OfferLab is essentially a marketplace where you can get your offers up, and compared to like a traditional affiliate marketing where you would only have like one link that you would share at a time, you can ask other people if you can promote their offers, and then you can bundle their offers with your offers, and you can sell multiple affiliate offers all at the same time in one funnel. I haven't seen anything like this before. I haven't seen anything designed like this before. And they do have of course, they have an integration with ClickFunnels. And so you could set up your products in ClickFunnels. You could set up your funnels inside of ClickFunnels and get it like linked up to OfferLab. So this is a brand new thing. I think the official launch is on September 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I think they're doing like another big thing after that. But I would say go on here, check it out. For people here in person, I have a code I'll show you guys. But I set up my first product on there last night, which is pretty cool and exciting. So this is my dashboard, and last night I put up one of my ebooks. And so I'll give another scenario with this, with how it works. So we'll let it load, do its thing, maybe. Okay, here we go. So I created like my first product on here, my Canva font guide, and I have this listed for $10. So what I told OfferLab to do is anybody that wants to add this and promote it, they'll get a 50% commission. So they'll get $5 on every sale. And so you could go to the marketplace and you can browse and see all these other products, all these other offers, challenges, courses, ebooks. There's all sorts of different offers on here. You could find an offer that you would want to promote and then click on promote this offer, and you have to request to offer it. So I kind of like that they have this like approve, deny sort of thing. So you have the right, maybe the right fit people to like promote your offer. And so I think I had done it for Pedro's Challenge Secrets. So I can then create a funnel, and I could say, hey, I want to sell Pedro's Challenge Secrets. And then I took my offer and I put it in here. And so now it's like you could buy Challenge Secrets, and now you could also buy my typography guide to go with his thing. And I haven't added anything else, but let's just pretend that Russell Brunson's Selling Online Challenge was on here. I could drag and drop that. So after the checkout, they could then see Russell's Selling Online Challenge, and they could add that to their cart. And then if, my friend Richmond Dan is the tiny challenge king, if he had his offer on here, then I could take that and I could also put it in here. And so in a way, it's creating this like super funnel where now a person can go here, they could get everything that they would need for a challenge funnel all easily in one place. And so I love that. And the cool thing is too, that you don't have to create a funnel for it. They actually give you, you could create a funnel inside of OfferLabs to sell all this stuff. So if you wanted to create something in ClickFunnels and integrate OfferLabs in there, you can do that. But for any of you who are like not techie, you don't want to deal with the headache of the funnel, they actually walk you through with getting a very basic funnel to set up so you can sell all these different offers in there. So this is new. Like I kind of mentioned this earlier. I'm not a person to be like, get on the ground floor, like very MLM, like salesy sort of talk. But for something like this, I'm like, no, this is actually really smart and wise. I feel like to get in early and get your products on the marketplace early so other people can see them and apply for them and begin to promote them. So I just wanted to talk about that briefly because it's such a good and big opportunity. I know many of my other friends in the ClickFunnels community and the 2 Comma Club Award area and community, they're starting to put their offers on here as well. So wanted to show you guys that for you and you guys in person. I have a link I'm going to share with you guys. But essentially, that is it for today. Let me go back over here. I'm going to put this back in the screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, that is essentially it for today. Thank you so much for everybody who's here in person. You guys are amazing. Thank you for taking the time to be here. I know we went over about an hour. And then Philip, if you're watching this, maybe you drove from Fort Myers, so thank you. I will connect with you later. But I just want to say thank you guys again so much. If you guys are watching this online anywhere, do a ClickFunnels Connect near you. I think it'd be so cool to see more of these just pop up in more and more cities and you guys connecting with each other. You never know, like all it takes is one relationship to completely change your life. And you never know who you'll meet. You'll never know who you'll get connected with. You never know who you can help as well. So again, thank you so much for watching and being here. Thank you guys for being here in person. Let's go eat. See ya.